public problem is low turnout in municipal elections. That is an example of political inequality in the United States. Inequality is growing in the United States. It's happening economically, but it's also happening politically. And it means that there are some people, a very few people who vote, and a lot of people who don't vote. The net result of that means that the political voice that is expressed in who gets elected and what issues get talked about is distorted because so few people vote. If we put city council races at the same time as mayoral elections and put those in presidential years, we're going to have an extremely broad section of the electorate voting because there's more participation in presidential elections. It's worth considering having political parties more engaged in municipal elections because political parties serve two critical purposes. The first purpose that they serve is they mobilize people to vote, and they are really good organizationally at doing that. The second is that they provide what we call an informational shortcut, which means that you don't really need to know a lot about a candidate. As long as you know that they're a Democrat or a Republican, that provides you with the information that you need to be able to cast that vote. Other mechanisms that we have available are to include early voting. We can also implement election day registration, which means that people don't need to remember that the registration deadline was 20 or 30 days beforehand, but they can vote even on election day, even if they forgot to register, which is really important for people who move. Right now we have a dynamic, amazing city with a lot of people moving in, transformations of neighborhoods, but the level of political engagement about how those neighborhoods are getting transformed and what will happen to the schools and what happens to the city streets, that conversation is limited to only that very few number of people who are participating.